Thanks, John. Well, the NORCECA Volleyball Tournament has come and gone, and this morning we're here with the Tournament Director and Volleyball Federation Vice President to take a look at the successes of the event and look ahead to future events. Joining me this morning, we have Fareed Hossain, who's right next to me, who's the Tournament Director, and then we have Kennedy McGowan, who's the Cayman Islands Volleyball Federation Vice President. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Fareed, let's take a look back. There's so much planning that goes into this, and it's over in a weekend. So aside from it flying by, what would you say worked well for the event?
I think, well, the weather was great, so that helped out.
Nice.
Cayman Islands is a perfect spot for holding such an event, and everything went perfectly in that sense. All the sponsors were great, the fans were great, and the players, of course, that came in. They played at a very high level, and the finals were exciting, as well as the rounds before that. Our volunteers worked very hard to make sure everything was hospitable for the players, and I think we had a very, very good event. I think Cayman Islands Volleyball Federation has to be proud of themselves once again for hosting this tournament.
Were you surprised at all by the results? Puerto Rico, after being second so many times to Canada, beat them in the final. I mean, what did you think about that?
Certainly I was surprised, and I think it's good. It's good for the NORCECA Tour. It's good for us here that the different teams won this year. Mexico won the women's and Puerto Rico won the men's, and they haven't pulled off for first place this year at any of the years for this event. So it was very good. It was a very good result, I think.
So overall, obviously, you're very happy with how this has gone, but what are your plans in the future? What's up next? Well,
we've got a number of things on the calendar. NORCECA would like us to host a World Indoor Championships here in the Cayman Islands. That would be this year if that goes through. And there's also Pan American Games Beach Tour Stop later on in the year that we are looking towards.
Okay.
And that would mean a new set of players as well. We're talking South America now, Brazil. So that would be a very, very big event for us in the Cayman Islands.
And again, gives Cayman more exposure to another market
Certainly,
as well,
yes.
in terms of tourism.
Yes.
Is there anything you'd do differently?
Yes, I have a day job. I am an accountant with KPMG, and I'd like to thank them as well for helping me help the Cayman Islands Volleyball Federation put this tournament on.
Yeah, because you're involved in so many sporting
Yes.
organizations as well. How did you feel about how the Cayman Islands team did?
They did well. Our women's team, Kristen, unfortunately, was under the weather this weekend. They came in 9th, which is not bad. There were 18 women's teams, so that's not a bad finish. And the men's team, they finished in the money. They finished 7th. Our top men's team finished 7th. That's Shervin and Richard Campbell. And the other men's team finished just a bit lower than that, out of the money. But they did well. The Cayman Islands are proud. The teams are proud that they're showing this weekend, and the Federation is proud of how well they've done.
I did talk to Kristen briefly after that loss, but it was a really close game, and they still looked good out there. I mean, I know she was disappointed, but I thought they looked great. Kennedy, one of the key aspects that has started to be incorporated is the development of youth. What have you seen over the last year in terms of youth development in volleyball?
Well, that's one of the areas that the Volleyball Federation is trying to focus more attention on now.
You need that crop coming up, right?
For the last 4 years, you know, we've done a lot with the beach volleyball. We've been playing some indoor volleyball as well. We're sending away teams. But last year, we really said that we were going to make a big push to see if we can get the youth volleyball program. It's been going now for the last 7 to 8 months. We have a good group of kids that are coming out. Some 25 plus kids that are coming out every Saturday morning and training for three hours, you know, straight dedication. They have a lot of interest that are coming from them, and we've seen them growing from strength to strength. This year we had Juan Cartagena, who came down and assisted with the youth development program, and the kids really took to him really, really well, you know. We also had a youth clinic that we had, which is sponsored by Domino's. We had that running for a good long week. We had an excellent participation coming up from that event as well too. So we've seen youth volleyball now has, you know, really taken off on it, and with the NORCECA events that are going on now, that the kids can come out and they can participate and they can see volleyball really playing at an elite level. Yes, it definitely has taken on, you know, more of an interest now amongst the youngsters.
There's an upcoming trip for a girls team going to Canada. Tell us about that.
Yes, in this summer in August we have a group of kids that are going off to a camp in Ontario, Canada. It's called the Madawaska Volleyball Camp. It's all the different sports that are also involved in that camp, but volleyball is one of the key sports that are involved in it. And the kids, it's definitely going to be a great experience for them. You know, just getting a whole exposure, you know, to a different level of volleyball, a different culture that they'll be settling in, and they'll be playing volleyball, having fun and learning and integrating with their colleagues, you know, at the same time. So it's going to be a wonderful experience for them, and I'm really looking forward for that for them.
I think any type of sports camp like that really helps sort of ingrain the sport into the athletes and gives them, as you said, that opportunity to work with others from usually around the globe sometimes.
Absolutely.
How can people get involved in supporting the Volleyball Federation?
Well, on Saturdays, like for instance, anyone who is interested and wanted to enroll their kids, for instance, in volleyball, they can come by one of our training sessions on Saturday. This week we'll be at the Cayman Bay. Previous to that, we've been practicing a lot at the UCCI. We've been having the use of the UCCI gym. We ought to thank UCCI for that, for getting involved. Also, they can contact me as the youth development coordinator. My telephone number 916-4407, or they can contact me on my email, which is KennedyM, that's KENNEDY @kandawake.ky. And they can contact us at any time, because the sport really needs the support of sponsors to come, you know, together to fund it, because we have lots of things that we got going on. We have lots of plans for the kids. I mean, the camp is one of those in Canada that we got going on, for instance. So we really need the support, you know, of the public to come in there, you know, and support the development of youth.
All right, well, we do encourage people. There are so many great organizations on this island, and I know it can be difficult sometimes to find that sponsorship and support. But again, this is something for the youth of the Cayman Islands, and it will reap so many benefits in the future.
Absolutely.
So we encourage people to get involved. That number again, 916-4407 for Kennedy. You can also email kennedym@candw.ky. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having us.
All right, coming up after the break, Delisa Hernandez headed down to A.L. Thompson to whip up some breakfast. More Daybreak to come.